Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Gamey Daddy channel. Today's video is not a build video. Many of you have seen almost all the builds available in this game. Those of you who are veterans. Some of you who may be new, if you're looking for builds, you can find some on my channel. But to be honest, in this community, everybody knows that I'd rather other content creators make builds that you can follow. I can explain and dive into the intricacies of some of these things, but I believe that, some of those will probably serve you well. Now, I've compiled a list of some really nice builds from around the community under one of my playlists called Steal This Build. So you can check that out if you're new and if you're looking for builds that you want to experiment on. There are a good number of builds there. Today's video, nonetheless, is to look back as to how far the Division 2 has come. And this is something that I wanted to do using one of my videos from over 2 years ago. So this video, I made it in April of 2019, and that video was titled My True Patriot Review. It was the Division 2 True Patriot Gear Set Review. And this video was talking about the True Patriot gear set and, pretty much its bonuses, how you run it, how the developers had designed it. The game was basically 1 month old at this point. A lot of us had been enjoying a lot of what the game had to offer. A lot of us had pretty much, put ourselves in and just started grinding. And it was nice to get some gear sets finally get rolled out. At the end of the day, one thing that really stood out to me when I went back to actually look at True Patriot were a few things. Some of them were the comments that you guys left. Some of you have been here in the community. In fact, some of you probably watching this video left comments on that video. I was quite surprised. I was like, whoa, I can't believe, this person has been watching my channel for over 2 years. That's cool. Some of you have been watching for it since the beginning. And the True Patriot gear set, what was really interesting is for you to be able to leverage all of its bonuses, you actually had to run 6 pieces. 10% gave you, 2 pieces would give you 10% damage to armor. 3 pieces gave you 10% protection from elite. Wow. Back then, protection from elites was not even necessarily well fleshed out. You think about it, again, the 4th piece would give you total armor, but then if you put on a 5th piece, then you got the red, white, and blue talent, and then you got all of this other stuff that came with it. It was really interesting the way the gear sets was structured. Not only that, you had to deal with, getting all 6 pieces before you were able to get them to actually work. And the chest piece and the backpack did not even have a talent on them. So you basically just slapped on these 6. Now, yes, you could run some mods in some of the pieces, but that was about it. But this is how different the Division 2 day 1 was compared to the Division 2 right now. And that's a very interesting, dynamic. That's blown my mind, the way everything has changed. If you look at True Patriot now, all you got to do is run 4 pieces. With the 4 pieces, you're able to get all of the bonuses. If you get the backpack and the chest piece, you're able to get even better, utility from some of the 4-piece bonuses as well. I believe that this was an improvement that the developers were able to make over time. For those who may have been saying, oh, the devs don't listen, it's very easy for us to be able to just, talk about the sides of the game that are quite frustrating. I can say that maybe the developers wanting to make the game kind of fresh and different, they went ahead and tried something new, or they imported something from the Division 1. I mean, the 6 pieces to be able to get your gear set bonuses was what we ended the Division 1 with. If you guys remember the classified gear sets, that's how we stopped. But now you can get all of the, benefits of your gear sets, add an exotic piece, and even throw in one of the named items, or however you want to go, and you can mix and match these items. You can even go with the improvised pieces, and there is room for better build flexibility and build diversity. This is just one instance in which the game has really received a very huge transformation. And Gear 2.0 was very much frowned upon, even though, yes, what I'm showing you right now, this video was way before Gear 2.5. This was before patch 1. I think this was 1.1 something. This is not even a patch that really did, I don't even know if they, I think this was probably the first or second patch they deployed for us to be able to have these items. So this is way before, even the first set of, I would say, gear paradigms that we really did enjoy. And then Gear 2.0 came in, and a lot of people, some people have said they love Gear 2.0. Some people say they don't like it. I like the current gear system, the gear system where we, some people have rightly said we were able to get talent on all our gear was lacking for a few things. And for those of you who remember, you did not have all of the brand sets at that time give you a whole bunch of stuff. Like, maybe say one good example was Wyvern. Wyvern did not have a chess piece in that time. I remember very clearly. And some items didn't have a brand item in different categories. It wasn't until that time before Gear 2.0 they added those items and made them available for all 6 pieces. And then in Warlords of New York, they went ahead and made a change. Now, why am I making this video? Why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because I think this is one of the things that we get to see that keeps the Division, players to stay with the game. Ubisoft has a very, very weird track record when it comes to their video games. Their video games usually launch with issues. In the case of the Division 2 on PlayStation, the game launched very broken. I mean, now we know that the PlayStation 4 machine was just not good enough to even run the game because, this is a PS5 right in front of you. For those of you who are looking at it, this is the game running on the PlayStation 5. It's basically like a PC, just like my PC was day one. If you want to look, you can even look at the footage that I do have on this particular video, and you're going to see that, yes, this is 1080, but it's still interesting that a PS5 is able to run the game just like PC was running it day one without much, tweaks or whatever it is. And so Ubisoft will stick with their games. It's something that they're very good at doing. They'll stay with their games till their games eventually start to thrive. The Division, on the other hand, has struggled. It's a very unique concept. It's not like Rainbow Six. It's not like For Honor. But again, those two games are very different. They are designed to have that replayability, to have that particular aspect of a game where you can continue to run, and play PvP and engage with different aspects of what the game is designed to be. So Rainbow Six, it's a PvP game. For Honor is a PvP game. Those games launched as PvP games. For Honor was busted. The servers were trash when the game came out, but Ubisoft made the commitment and they just stuck with the project. And now For Honor basically has a competitive side to it where people actually are celebrating and enjoying the game. And now, yes, it's a game that is not in my own purview. I don't play it, but I remember talking to somebody one day and they were like, "Oh yeah, I play For Honor." I'm like, "What? You play that? People play that?" But that's something that a company like this is very much into. And I think it's something that the Division has kind of enjoyed. But I do wish that the Division really did not have to go through all of the down and dry spells that it went through. And it got a lot of acceptance and patience like Destiny did. I get it. Destiny may be the much more, I would say, known game or the game that has a lot more clout. But the Division is just a unique take on what an RPG looter shooter is. And to look back and see how far the game has come, it really is one of the things that has kept me in the community for a long time. I saw some of your comments saying, "Man, you've been here for forever." And I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things where if you see that the development team, yes, slow to actually make those changes that you may be asking for, or maybe slow to attain or achieve something that makes the game better, but at the end of the day, they still come ahead and achieve it. I don't know about speed in terms of game development. It's not like making a sandwich and changing the order. If it was that way, perhaps maybe they would be able to make these changes easily, and people will probably not get impatient and probably leave the game or whatever. Now I'm looking at this and I'm looking at a game like Outriders, and I'm looking at all of the videos and the critiques. There are a lot of people doing critique videos. There's a very, very notorious content creator who's who loves doing a lot of videos that are critiquing of these games. And right now, Outriders is not even showing half the promise that the Division showed, and the developers don't seem to be showing half of the resilience that the Division showed when it came to updating and improving the game. This speaks volumes, and I believe I have to highlight it in this video because it's going to go unspoken. That's one thing. A lot of people are going to just basically act like, it's not really a big deal. But I want to have a video on record because I usually use these videos actually to create discussions down the road and to even maybe argue some points. Sometimes it's useful to be able to kind of document these things and go from there. But we're going to be looking out for what the Division has to offer next. A small sister studio is taking on this project since Massive is working on 2 big games. We may not see a Division from Massive for a while. We'll probably be, dealing with Heartland from Red Storm. Hopefully that's a fun project, or hopefully Ubisoft Bucharest is able to just take this and run with it, and the community is able to kind of show some really strong support. And perhaps we might be able to just have this game run another 2, 3, 4 years and kind of gain or even, and, I would say milk the heck out of it when it comes to a game that we enjoy and a game that we like. But that's it for me. Thank you so much for your time and audience. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think the game eventually got to a place where people are enjoying it now, or do you think the changes were not necessarily that favorable? I think people are enjoying the game now. A lot of people have said, they've left the game and they came back and they enjoyed what they saw. So I want to hear your thoughts as well. Thank you so much. Peace out.